Good day Pokemon people, my name is Maikya and welcome back to another video. In today's video we've got a sexy little theory for you all. It's about Arthur. So if you guys don't know what the story about Arthur is, he was an old king I believe, or an old character from medieval tales, and he did a lot of slaying, he killed creatures, he had these really mythical weapons like the Excalibur, that sort of thing, really famous mythical weapons. So what we're going to be doing is breaking down some of this theory and kind of talking a little bit about Arthur and how this can relate to Pokemon Sword and Shield. Now if you guys are ready for this video, be sure to leave a like down below and let me know what you guys think towards the end of the video. So let's just get straight into this and I hope you guys enjoy. So right here we have got a little bit of a Reddit post. So I'm going to be just talking about this all. I'm not going to be really suggesting too much. It'll be more kind of like a discussion, less like a kind of actual like theory by me, more speculation and discussion. So I hope you guys are alright with that. And here we have a post that says the gym leaders and Elite Four will be inspired by the Knights of the Round Table. Really interesting idea. And the champion will be based on Arthur. That could be a really nice concept. Now someone said here that the Queen still lives. Also, if they're based on Arthur, then can the legendary Pokemon being in the lake, referencing Isle of Avalon, and the legendary Pokemon being Excalibur and Pridwin. This is an interesting concept, you see. I'll be getting into this more later in the video. So here we have another post that says, important upvote this, what do you think the legendary for the Galar region could be? Now obviously we've seen the logos, there's a sword and a shield with a wolf head on each. Very interesting idea. The sword legendary is going to be based on King Arthur or like a dragon, which looks like a knight from the box art. There was a dragon, so this guy's basically saying that there's going to be a sword legendary that could be based on Arthur or King or a dragon. They don't really know about the shield legendary. Who knows? But apparently they said there's a box art, which isn't true because we haven't had a box art just yet. But this person in the comments down below has said there was a box art. No, not really, not a possibility. Isn't the cover art a wolf, sword and shield? And this person said as well, I think it'll be Excalibur and Pridwin, sword and shield of King Arthur. Now, since they're canines, there'll be a companion sort of deal, a loyal attacker and a loyal defender, named like Excalibur or Pridwolf. That would be interesting. That could be an interesting idea. So I'm going to be going into this a little bit and talking about what these actual objects are and what they are to Arthur and what they mean. So let's just get straight into that. So here we have the Wikipedia page for the Excalibur. Now, the Excalibur was the sword of King Arthur, and it was the sword in the stone, obviously. So apparently they're meant to be argued to be the same weapon. Now, it was very much associated with the whole legend in theory, and it has a lot of power. It's the most powerful weapon in the entire world. Now, this is a really interesting idea because it's obviously Arthur's, and he's apparently the most powerful knight in the entire world. Him and his Knights of the Round Table. Now, the interesting idea is that Pokemon Sword and Shield are named Sword and Shield. Excalibur is obviously a sword, and there's wolves connected to this. And I'll talk about it in a little bit when we talk about the shield, but it's quite interesting that Excalibur could be the wolf. Excalibur doesn't necessarily have to be a sword, it can be anything, because we don't actually know if Excalibur existed, so it's arguably it could be anything. It could be any object, it could be hidden in any item. We don't know. It's a magical item. We don't know where it is. We don't know what it is, and we don't know if it was a sword or not. We just know what the legend says. Now, the interesting thing is there's an attribute here that the Excalibur's scabbard has that basically says that no one can die of loss of blood from injuries when it comes to the scabbard being on the person. So whoever's holding the scabbard cannot die from loss of injuries. Could this possibly link to an idea that the sword Pokemon that we see, or whatever is based on the sword, could have some kind of healing powers, or could have some kind of healing properties? Who knows? It could be a possibility. We could see that possibly for sure. Now, it also says here that there are other similar weapons described in other mythologies. Apparently there's an Irish term with a certain sword that means sword of light or shining sword. Could this be a potential thing? So could we have a sword of light and a shield of darkness? Or could we have a sword of light that kind of breaks through the darkness that is going to be the evil team? Who knows? It could be an interesting concept to consider. Now, I'm going to talk a bit more about the shield now, Pridwin, and we're going to go into that little concept there and talk a bit more about Arthur's other weapons as well. So let's get on to that. Now, Arthur's shield, Pridwin, hasn't actually got that much information about it, so I don't really know entirely much about it, but I did read somewhere that there was apparently a crest on the actual shield that was supposed to be a protective kind of charm sort of thing. and apparently that had a wolf on it, but I don't know how actual genuine that is. So I'm not going to say that it's actually true, but I did actually see something about that, so I don't know for sure, but that's what I'm guessing. And here you can see he has a variety of other weapons. So he has the Excalibur, which apparently he got from the Lady of the Lake, the Excalibur, which is apparently a different version of the Excalibur, which he got from the stone, but people are arguing they're the same thing. And this links nicely to the idea of Avalon, where apparently he got Excalibur, which was the Isle of Avalon, from the Lady of the Lake. So let's go and have a look at Avalon and see how that could link to Galar. Now people are saying here that Avalon was an island that was featured in the Arthurian legend. Now the interesting thing about Galar is we actually see an island in the middle of a lake. Now this is my theory. That island in the lake has something to do with our legendaries, the wolf legendaries. I believe that there is either a sword or a shield legendary, depending on the variety of game you get, on that island in the lake. Arguably. We don't know for sure, but that's what I'm taking a guess at. So this is kind of like that theory. It's a very small little theory, but if you guys have anything else to kind of put towards this theory and suggest for me, let me know. I'd really like to hear what you guys think about this. I'd love to hear what you guys have like theory-wise that actually connects to this. I'm sure there's plenty more connections to be made. I've just missed a few, but this is kind of the base level I've got. I can always do another video kind of going further and further into the Arthurian legend. So let me know what you guys think, and let me know if you got any suggestions. Be sure to leave a like on this video, as I pretty much got everything I have to say. Be sure to subscribe for more videos like this. I'd really appreciate your support. It's absolutely fantastic what you guys do for me, and I can't explain it. It just means the world to me. So that's all I have time for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video once again, and I will see you guys with another video tomorrow. So see you later. Have a good day.